All right, today's video is how to make bias tape. And so usually bias tape is cut from very small strips of fabric. However, for this video, I'm going to demonstrate that on a 5-inch wide strip. This is just the width of the fabric, which is 44-45. But this is a 5-inch wide. Usually bias tape is not this big. However, this is a 3-inch. And I'm going to just demonstrate the difference on how small they can get. So, but again, bias strips are made from very small strips of fabric. From something as small as 1 inch to almost 2.5 inches. So it all varies, but the technique is still the same. So let's get started. So, like I said, I have this 5-inch strip here. So I want to start it on this first. And I'm going to set this one just to the side. And I have a lot of ethnic print fabric, as you can see. So you want to heat up your iron to a very high heat. I'm using cotton, so I want to put my iron on a cotton setting with steam. Now, when we press this, we want to press with the right sides facing us, where the wrong side will be in the inside. So we want to fold this in half, hot dog style. So the way I'm looking at it, ethnic print can be very difficult to tell, but this is my right side. So I'm going to flip this over to my wrong side, okay? And I'm going to fold this in half like hot dog style. This is what I call hot dog style, long like a hot dog bun. And I want to match up the edges, the raw edge to raw edge. So again, my wrong side is in the inside when I fold it. And I usually start right at the center. However, if you're making a quilt binding, you'll probably start from the end. So whatever works for you. All right, so now that I've got my iron nice and it's heated and it's really going, and I have my fabric folded in half. This is my fold here. This is where my raw edge. I want to keep those raw edges together, and I want to go ahead and press. Press, press, press all the way across. And you get a nice crease in the center. So we're going to open this back up. I'm going to open this back up here, which is the wrong side. And I want to take this raw edge just closer to me and bring it to that crease, that folded edge that we just put in there. So just like that. And I want to bring it to it, but not over it, because we're going to do the same thing for the opposite side. So again, start from this end, and I'm just going to bring that raw edge to the crease, to that folded edge that we just pressed in. And it's pretty much the center of the fabric. And if you notice, as I'm pressing, I'm only using the tip of the iron, and I'm only pressing just to get that fold in. I'm not pressing the entire piece, just this side, just to get that folded edge in. Nice. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side, as you can see here. So I'm going to rotate this so it's easier for me to press this. And so again, I'm going to start from this end and bring that raw edge to that crease, that folded center crease. Now you'll notice as you're pressing that your fabric in the center may not match or meet. There's about a little of 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 inch of a gap in between the two layers here, and it's okay. It's okay. So that is our next step. We're going to go ahead and fold this in half. So again, fold it in half, back to that original fold, and press again. And this is how you make bias tape. All right, so let's try that on the smaller piece. So that was a 5-inch wide strip. I'm quite sure this is 3 inches. So let's double check. I want to measure this just to make sure. And I'm gonna grab a ruler. Actually, it's 2.5. Okay, perfect. Even better, because I like using 2.5 for my quilts. Or if I'm doing it, put it onto a garment or something. I usually use 2.5. So this is perfect. So again, the same thing. This is considered my wrong side. And so I'm going to press this in half because I want the wrong side in the inside. So I'm going to press this in half. And I'm going to just start from one end. And making sure those raw edges are together. Nice, good steam iron. Make sure you have plenty of water. And you're good. And all I'm doing is just pressing that in half. Just pressing it in half. Because I want to get that center crease in place. Now, if you're working on a quilt, you'll probably have 5 or 6 yards of a strip together. Okay. And you just keep going and keep going. I'd just rather do this all at one time. Okay. Now, we're going to open this back up. And we are going to take that raw edge here and fold it to the center. So again, raw edge. And if you notice, I really have a very small area that I'm working with, and that's okay. We're only concerned with that edge. Just use the tip of your nose to press this, and not, because you really don't want to go back over and remove that crease, because you need that again at the end. So again, this is step 2. And you would do this all the way to the end. Now, if I'm making this if I needed this for the neckline of a top or a dress or something, you know, you probably only need a yard or so. So that's one side. Again, I'm going to rotate this to the other side because it's easier for me. And do the other side. That's step 3. Again, I don't want to press over that center crease. I'm just using the tip of my iron to get that other side pressed. And I'm going to do keep going all the way down. Now, because it's on steam, if you tend to move a little bit slower than me, then a finger sock would be perfect for this, so that you don't burn or scorch your hand, because you do have a lot of steam circumventing back towards you or your hand as you're holding this in place. So get your sock for your finger, and they're easy to make. Just Google them, and that'll help protect your fingers if you need it. I've been doing this for so long, so I don't even need them. So again, that 4th step is actually just going back to your original first fold and fold it back in half and come back over everything. And this is how you will make your bias tape. Ta-da! Look at that. And this is usually the size that I use for my quilts, any home decor projects, kitchen. This is a perfect size. So again, this was using a 2.5 inch strip of fabric. And here, just for demonstrations, I used a 5 inch strip for here. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below, and good luck on making your bias strips. Thanks for tuning in.